Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sitting with me through that break. If you missed it earlier, my name is Mallory West, and this is our KNOE streaming show. Now, this portion of the show, we are going to be looking at some national news or even some more statewide stories that have made it national. So we're going to start off with abortion pills here in Louisiana. Louisiana prosecutors are charging a California doctor for prescribing and sending abortion drugs to the state. It's the second indictment of its kind. The first was a doctor in New York last year. The indictment says a woman in St. Tammany Parish paid an online company $150 for the pills. That company then sent her information to a doctor in California where abortions are legal. And that doctor wrote the script and sent it to the woman.
You cannot mail a bomb from New York or any kind of poison down here that causes harm to our citizens and then hide behind the shields of New York and say that I'm not showing up. I think that that would be handled.
Under the original rules that applied to these pills for years, it required an ultrasound to make sure there was not an ectopic pregnancy. It required medical oversight by a doctor, both before and after the pills were taken.
Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin issued a statement alongside of Murrell. He says pro-abortion states should not be able to disrespect the laws passed in pro-life states. Doing so violates the full faith and credit clause of the Constitution and flies in the face of federalism. Now we're going to go on to a topic that we have talked about quite a bit on this streaming show, and that is Venezuela. So since the leader of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, has been captured, there have been a lot of questions surrounding what that means for the U.S., what that means for Venezuela, and especially what that means for our energy here in America and how the oil that Venezuela has will play a hand in American energy. So Stetson Miller spoke with the leaders of energy to find out what it means.
Here at the American Petroleum Institute's State of American Energy event, industry leaders said they do see opportunities with Venezuela's oil industry, but they say a lot has to change first before they start selling it.
At the annual summit for the country's largest oil and gas trade group, leaders spoke about growing their industry, permitting reform, and their role in powering artificial intelligence. But what wasn't clear is if they're ready to invest in the Venezuelan oil business that President Donald Trump has been pitching.
We're going to need policy changes in Venezuela if we're going to produce there.
The event came just days after the president met with oil company executives about investing in Venezuelan oil. But none of them made any commitments to begin working in the country, and some seemed hesitant to do so.
If we look at the legal and commercial constructs and frameworks in place today in Venezuela, today it's uninvestable.
At Tuesday's event, leaders said oil and gas producers are interested in Venezuela, but made it clear that a lot more needs to happen before they start working there.
It's been a long time since the industry has really had a major footprint down in Venezuela. There's a lot of questions that remain unanswered.
The trade group's vice president of policy, economics, and regulatory affairs, Dustin Myers, said the industry also would like to see more clarity and security in the country.
That's the industry's priority focus right now, is working not just with the administration, but with the Venezuelan government as well, on making sure that our workers can operate down there safely.
Later in the day, while in Detroit, President Trump promised that sales of Venezuelan oil will help bring oil prices down. In Washington, I'm Stetson Miller.
And you can keep up with stories like that and more on our website, KNOE.com. And while you're at it, go ahead and download our news app as well. You will get push alerts for all big events, big things happening in our area and nationally. Well, we are going to go into a quick break, but stay with us because we are going to be talking Mardi Gras here in a minute.